Well, yes and no. I mean, if they don't get, if a particular community is not welcome in other areas, then they will go to areas in which they are welcome. I think this is a responsibility of all of us, that we should look at living conditions for every community where we are able to bond with each other a lot better, that there aren't separate areas, you call them a ghetto or concentration areas, only of people of one kind in one place. I think you learn much more, your children learn much more, there's much greater bonding if you're living with neighbors who come from other cultural subsets, who speak other languages, who eat different kind of food. But obviously there's a human mentality to try to group together where there is greatest amount of familiarity. I think that in modern living, certainly in city living, this is something that one should get over, and cosmopolitan and a more liberal approach to societal association, I think, must be encouraged, and that's certainly both our law and certainly our public policy that encourages this. And if there are pitfalls and there are shortfalls somewhere, I think we need to address them.
But that's not what's happening. On the ground, neither law nor public policy seems to be changing. Abraham Mathai, that's the problem. I mean, we can talk about Mumbai's cosmopolitanism. It seems just a slogan. There are middle-class neighborhoods that are today completely Hindu-dominated. There are areas of the other parts of the city which are completely Muslim-dominated. So ghetto mentality and prejudice are working, are almost creating a counterproductive India where there is no cosmopolitanism. And organizations like yourself, I repeat, aren't being able to change it.
No, Rajdeep, I totally agree with Mr. Salman Khurshid that it's the responsibility of a society to bring the change. But sometimes we should also think, the government should think of coming up a policy like, government has a large housing colony schemes where they can reserve such kind of percentages of 15 to 18 or 20% for the minority, so that government will be forcing or enforcing that there is a cosmopolitan kind of living happening in the society.
Are you saying there should be reservations in housing board colonies? Let me put that to Shashi Ranjan. Shashi Ranjan, is that possible? Do you believe that people in a city like Mumbai will embrace it? You're part of Bollywood, where, which has a great tradition of people coming together. The three icons of Bollywood are all Khans, and yet, do we really see at the end of the day, when it comes to people's lives outside Bollywood, do they really embrace each other in the same way?
No, I fully agree with Mr. Khurshid that this is a social problem. Let's not politicize it like Nafisa is saying that so-and-so party has done it, and Mr. Singhal is saying it's a social problem. It do exist. But at the same time, you have this Dabang, which is the biggest hit on Eid all over India. It is probably breaking the records of Three Idiots.
Right.
So it conveys a message also that the situation is not as grim or as volatile as it is.
No, that's because Salman Khan is a big star. He may get a house, but what about the average Muslim?
No, because
the average Muslim may not get a house as easily.
No, it's Rajdeep, this is a problem not only with Muslim, it is a problem with Parsis, it is a problem with Christians. You have lived in Bombay, you know that the ghettoism is there. It's unfortunately it's there. I'm not denying that it does not exist, but it is not only with Muslims.
Right. Okay.
It is with other communities as well.
It is with other communities.
It's caste, class, and religious.
So why is it that only the Muslims seem to be offended by the fact that they don't get houses? If what Shashi Ranjan is saying is true, other communities are also denied accommodation, is what he claims. Do you believe this is specific to Muslims, that they find it much more difficult? And has this become worse after the spate of terror attacks in this country in the last 10 years, most of where the accused have been found to be Muslims?